Good afternoon, basketball fans. This is Riley Wilcox here with John Gerke. We're joining you from the Davison Cardinal Gym. We've got the district first round coming up here in just a second. We've got the Grand Blancs, the Grand Blanc Bobcats and the Carman-Ainsworth Cavaliers coming out tonight. John, can you tell us a little bit more about tonight's matchup?
Tonight's matchup is going to be a close and fun matchup to watch tonight. You got a highly looked at player in Michael Fletcher, who's leading the Carman team to their impressive record so far with 15 points per game. We might see some slams tonight. It's going to be a pretty fun night. Grand Blanc is going to play it tight. Looks like they got the last matchup when they played against each other.
And this is going to be just an epic game. You know, Carman is a really good team, and so is Grand Blanc. So it could really go either way, and it can possibly decide who wins the whole district here.
Yeah, both have high records in their division.
Yes, Grand Blanc is 13-7, and Carman-Ainsworth is 17-2. So Carman does have more wins, but when they matched up earlier this season, Grand Blanc took the win 56-47, so they almost had a 10-point lead on them. So we may see Carman bounce back and take it back from Grand Blanc, or see Grand Blanc just take another win from them.
And it's a pretty packed house tonight. You're gonna hear a rowdy crowd, and expect the fans to get into it tonight.
Yeah, earlier we had Flint and Flint Kersley out here. They were playing at 5:30.
Tipping off is number 23, Ty Rogers, and number 34, Michael Fletcher. Tip goes to the Cavaliers. Tossing it right side, setting it up is Cedric Gibbons. Trying to find some pick and roll action with Michael Fletcher. Almost a turnover there. Dribbling it up, swinging it left side. Fordham with the ball, trying to get some offense going here. Penetrating, swinging it to the corner, wide open. Off there, running the break, it's the Bobcats, throwing it up. One-on-one fast break, that's going to be swatted. 50-50 ball goes to Michael Fletcher. He rips it out of his hands like he's a baby. Driving and penetrating, missing. Fighting for the loose ball. This is a really scratchy matchup.
Right. And
you see the hustle, you see the physicality.
We're not even a full minute in yet. You can see they're already going back and forth with the ball.
Inbound is Michael Fletcher to the corner, setting it up to Fordham. Fordham using the pick and roll for Michael Fletcher, gets the ankle breaker. Tries to finish it off. Bang! Huge three-pointer by the Cavaliers right there. Wow, what a highlight play. That's one way to open a game up if I'm the Cavaliers. Bobcats get the ball back on the offensive rebound.
This looks like it's going to go just back and forth the whole night. We're not even 2 minutes in.
Dribbling it, trying to find something, gets a wide open layup, making it 3-2 Cavaliers. Looks like number 2 is guarding him. It's only a 5'8" sophomore. Drawing the foul is the Cavaliers.
But when you look out there, you can tell that they all match up pretty well in height.
Shooting 2 at the line right now is Cedric Gibbons. Splashes the first at the line. Look out for a huge game from Michael Fletcher here. He's their leading player. He's a 3-star recruit. He's the main attraction here. He's going to Michigan State for football. It's going to be fun to see him. Expect some slams. Bobcats inbounding it, throwing it up court, trying to push the fast break. Reaching fouled by the Cavaliers right there.
We're probably going to see lots of fouls tonight.
Inbound is Neal. Only a sophomore on varsity on a good team. That's impressive.
And he's really good at throwing the ball super far.
He's a good passer. Looks for the wide open man. Corner three by the Bobcats here. It's going to be a little far. Pushing the break is Cedric.
Yes, sir.
Drawing the fouls, the Cavaliers here. Michael Fletcher's brother, Dustin, shooting two at the line. First is going to be long off the rim. 5-2, it's a close matchup so far. Pretty good defensive plays. You saw the ankle breaker. What's your opinion on this game so far, Ryan?
I think it's already intense, and we're not even through the first quarter yet.
I can just feel the crowd intensity.
Right. And they're getting so excited over even free throws because it all comes down to each point.
Yeah. They know every point's going to count in this game in the long run. Pushing it up the court is number 0, Kevin Rice. Throwing it to Neal. Neal setting up the offense. Swinging it to the corner. Mark Miller passes. Strong on the three there. Comes down hard rebound. Looks like it might be a foul on Cavaliers here. Throwing it to the corner. Bobcats penetrating. Free throw line. Pass is still a wide open cutter, but that pass is going to be too quick for him. That's going to go out of bounds. Cavalier ball.
And in such a big matchup like this, you can't make those small little mistakes like that.
Carman dribbling it up court. Fordham getting the offense set up. Swinging it around. Passes to the corner. Looked like he had an open look. Decides to dribble out. Back to Fordham. Fordham running the pick and roll again. Dribble drive, and that's going to be out of bounds. Bobcat ball. Passing it in to Neal. Neal's going to come up. Get the offense set. Neal passing it corner. Dribbling right side. Throws it off the backboard. That's going to be out. Looks like a Carman player tipped it there. Still going to be Grand Blanc ball. Evans passing it, almost turns it over. Dribbles inside, gets a layup, gets swatted. Fletcher almost swatted again. We're getting some push and some shoves. I can feel the friction in between these teams right now. These teams want it bad.
Right. And it's only the first round, so one of them is getting out right now.
Mark Miller at the line, shooting 1 for 1. Mark Miller 2 for 2 at the charity strike. Dribbling it up court is Nunn. Nunn with the crossover, passing it cross court to Isaiah Jones. Going inside with it. Hustling for the board, the Bobcats. Looks like it's still going to be Bobcat ball here. Or Cavalier ball. Carman inbounding into Fletcher. Fletcher passes corner. Waits for Nunn to set up the offense. Nunn driving. Step back. Kicks it out. Inside. Good layup attempt there. Wide open look. 4-8. Carman. Bobcats need to get some offense set up here. It's going to be a rough night for them. Passing corner. Corner open for three. That's going to be long again. Fletcher with the rebound, pushing the break. Easy layup opportunity. That's going to be long. Passing it back out is Carman. Nunn setting up the offense once again. They seem to want to get Fletcher in the post there. That's a mismatch. It's getting rowdy. They're pushing and shoving. Fletcher with the ball in the post. Gives him a hop step and a bucket. What a move by Fletcher. That's just a D1 athlete for you. Fletcher with the contest and the rebound, doing it on both sides of the floor here. Nunn in fast break, in transition, and one. Doesn't get the foul call, but gets the easy layup. Carman out to early 12-4 start. What a run Carman's put on so far. Carman shooting lights out, just out hustling him. Timeout, Grand Blanc Bobcats.
So earlier tonight we told you Flint and Kersley played at 5:30, and then Grand Blanc and Carman played tonight at 7:30. And on Wednesday of this week, the winner of this game will take on Davison, and then on Friday will be the district finals. And Lapeer will play in the semifinals against the winner of the Flint-Kersley game.
Coming out of the timeout here, Grand Blanc needs to find some way to score, some way, somehow. Those two Fletcher boys are two.
It looks like Carman's
big
really
ones.
going for that revenge after losing that game to Grand Blanc earlier in the year.
Yeah, they're thirsty for the revenge.
And they're really good they're very scrappy on the floor with the rebounds.
They only lost 2 games this year, and one of them to Grand Blanc, so. Grand Blanc pushing it. Givens dribbling it, trying to set up the offense. Pass it to Rogers, who pulls up for 3 and airballs it. Easy corner look, wide open. That's going to be long again for Grand Blanc. Spin layup, and he draws the foul. Mark Miller at the line again for 2. He went 2 for 2 last time.
And in such a close game like this, all these free throws really matter, so they want to be careful with those fouls and make sure they don't get too many and just hand over easy points.
Yep, definitely. Definitely can't get any of the Fletcher boys in foul trouble tonight if I'm Carman. Miller makes the first one, 3 of 3 so far. At the charity strike for the last shot. Short off the front of the rim, fighting for the rebound, Grand Blanc, but Cavaliers are going to end up with it. Carman pushing it up. Running the pick and roll. Grand Blanc forces a good turnover. Looks like Carman thought he touched it there, but Cedric Givens pushing it up. Swinging at corner. Penetrating is Grand Blanc. Throws up a wild shot. They get the offensive rebound. Kevin Rice is going to set it back up for the Bobcats. Wide open 3-point look. That's going to be left. Grand Blanc can't buy a bucket here.
Right, and Carman just keeps getting right in front of their plays, and they're not afraid to go after them.
Yeah, they've gotten a couple second chance points, and they just can't capitalize on the wide open shots.
And several times we've just seen Fletcher just knock the ball right out of his hands.
Yeah, Fletcher's a great defensive presence. Kevin Rice with the ball here. Swinging it to Rogers. Givens to Rice. Rice throws corner. dribbling, tosses up a shot. I don't know if they're going to give him the shooting foul. Bobcats to pass it in. Rogers with the ball on the wing, calling for a pick and roll. See if the Bobcats can get a bucket here. Driving and penetrating. What a good finish over 2 defenders. Making the game respectable at 7-12 now. Nunn setting up the offense, passing it right side. And they're going to call that a walk. Travel Carman. Blanc's trying to throw up a run here to try to come back.
That's not good with only 43 seconds left in the opening quarter.
Yeah, you can't give them that. Blanc's got the momentum going in.
So they're going to take their time a little bit.
Rice setting up the O. Throwing at post. Posting them up. Easy layup. Only a 3-point game now. What a swing of events. After those first couple of minutes, I thought it was going to be a blowout. I thought Carman was going to blow them out. Blanc starting to thread together a nice little comeback here. Nunn with the ball, trying to set up the offense. Dribbling, losing the ball. Doesn't realize the shot clock, and that's going to be end of the first. This is a battle so far.
Right, it was back and forth, and I'm really excited to see how the rest of the game goes.
I'm really excited too. We got a bunch of highlights so far. We had an ankle breaker for the first points of the game into a 3-ball.
It'll be interesting to see if Blanc bounces back in the next quarter. Takes it away from Carman. They got close there at the end. They finally got that ball in at the last second after trying time and time again.
Yeah, Carman started off strong with that, what was it, 12-4 lead? 12-4 lead. And Bobcats started clawing back at the deficit and coming back. Only down 3 going into the second now.
Rebounder, and much more.
Really, my dad dish it to his teammates.
Ladies and gentlemen, we start the second quarter Bobcat basketball.
Bobcats to pass it in, starting the second. Givens dribbling up court, passing to the post, back to the corner to Givens. Givens spinning, draws another foul. This is going to be Blanc's 3rd time to the line already here, beginning the second quarter.
And that's not good for Carman. They're just handing over these points.
Givens at the line, shooting 2.
But in such an intense game like this, you kind of expect fouls.
Yep. Gonna go strong on the first one.
In the game, Cavalier, number 50, Isaiah Jones.
We got both the Fletcher brothers in right now. It's gonna be fun to watch. Makes the second one. Carman inbounding, dribbling it up is Nunn. Passing left side, trying to dribble through the Mike Fletcher pick. Back to Fletcher, getting double teamed at the top of the key. Losing the ball is Carman, throwing it up on the fast break. And a jam! What a jam! Ty Rogers with the throwdown with authority.
And that's exactly what Blanc needed to tie up this intense game.
Carman trying to find some offense. Grand Blanc coming down from that 8-point deficit. Nunn with the ball. Mike Fletcher pick. That's going to be a blocking foul on Grand Blanc. Here's our replay coming up for that slam. Losing the ball are the Cavaliers. Dribbling up court. Rogers with the traumatic throw down there on the fast break. What a play there. You should submit that to Sports Center Top 10. Fletcher with the ball. Fletcher on Fletcher pick and roll action. Kicking it out. And he gets called for the travel. Wow. Bobcats are taking over this game right now. 8-0 run.
And you can just feel the intensity in the room. Everyone's just screaming all over the place. Even the Davison fans over there are starting to get into it.
Yeah, man, this Grand Blanc crowd is vicious out here. I'm hearing them through both of my ears right now. Kevin Rice dribbling it up court. Looking to take the first lead of the game for the Bobcats. Passing it post. Throwing it corner, turns it over. Carman pushing it up on the fast break. Nunn trying to set up the offense, passes it, dribble drive. That's going to be off on the layup attempt there. Carman with the offensive rebound, second chance. That's not going to go. Third chance not going to go in either. Carman can't buy a bucket now. Pushing it up in fast break, it's the Bobcats. Blocking foul called on the Bobcats here. Two at the line for Mark Miller.
On the floor for the Cavaliers.
This is his third time at the charity strike tonight. He's drawn 3 fouls. And it's only the second quarter. We're seeing foul on foul right now.
Shoots 2.
Shoots and scores the first one.
And like I've said, they just can't give these free throws over to Miller because he keeps making almost every single one so far.
They're giving the Bobcats free points to get into this game.
Right.
They're not really earning their buckets.
And right now, just before it was tied,
Miller makes the second there. Fletcher to inbound. McCree pushing the ball up. McCree crossing over to Fletcher. Nunn setting the offense up. Pulls up for 3. That's going to be long. Looking like it's going to be Bobcat ball here.
Grand Blanc foul number 11, Mark Miller. His first, team 4.
Grand Blanc grabbing their first lead of the game. How do you think this is going to transpire going into the second half?
I think Carman's going to have a difficult time getting the ball through. Looks like Grand Blanc was kind of feeling them out in the first quarter. Now they know where to hit them.
Grand Blanc making a substitution here. Trying to get some fresh legs on the court after that run. Inbounding to Fletcher. Isoing his guy. Throwing corner. Pick and roll. In transitions, Grand Blanc again, and gets the bucket. 12-0 run now by Grand Blanc. Wow. Carman trying to get back. Carman's on a drought here. They haven't scored in a hot minute. Nunn dribbling, gets the wide open 3-pointer look. That's going to be strong off the back of the rim. Grand Blanc pushing in transition again.
And Carman keeps getting these shots, but then they miss them just at the last second.
Yeah, they're getting open looks just like Grand Blanc was getting in the beginning of the game. They're just not falling for him. Rice setting the offense up for the Bobcats. Rogers posting up Fletcher. Rogers hits a three-ball in Fletcher's mouth. What a shot. That is a big-time shot there by the Bobcats and Ty Rogers. Looks like they call him reaching on the Bobcats. Here's our replay here. Rogers running the fast break, getting the and one layup to go. What a shot.
Looks like the Cavaliers
Timeout
need to start
Cavs.
guarding him a little bit better. Make sure to stay tuned during halftime because we do not have our cheerleaders and our pom team and all that out tonight. So we'll have a story Kate Lawrence tells us about one former Davison basketball star who took the Davison basketball team to a historical win and his senior year at Davison. She'll tell us a little bit more about his time here at Davison and then his time after. Looks like Carmen's having such a tough time getting some points on the board. They've stayed at 12 for all of this quarter. They haven't gotten any since the first quarter. So
yeah, Carman hasn't scored this quarter, and that's obviously disappointing for.
And I believe already so far that Grand Blanc has gotten 10 points in this quarter, and it's not even halfway over yet.
Yeah, Grand Blanc's going off. Cavs have hit a soft spot or a rocky spot here in the road, but I would predict a Cav comeback here. None to inbound here. McCree setting up the offense, crossing over defender, getting a wide open look. Scared to take it. Back to Nunn. Swinging at corner. This Bobcat zone is affecting them bad. Carman cannot score against this Bobcat zone, and they're just closing out on every shooter, every defender. Bobcats playing some tough defense right now. Kevin Rice here setting the ball up. Passing it post to Ty Rogers. Crossing over his defender, spinning, looking for the layup. Almost gets the shooter's roll. Oh! Wow! Ty Rogers hustling for the board and throws it off the defender. That's going to be Bobcat ball. Ty Rogers showing some heart right now, putting the Bobcats on his back.
Right.
Having a heck of a game right now. With that transition slam, he's just doing everything for him. Bobcats passing it into the corner. Looking to get a bucket in the post. Goes in and out again. Wow. Fletcher with the rebound, pushing it up in transition to Nunn. Nunn, dribble drive. And a swat. Wow. What a swat by Ty Rogers. Right when I was telling you.
The Cavaliers really need to watch Rogers because he's coming to the court both offensively and defensively.
Rogers got the MVP for me right now. That kid's playing his heart out. Kevin Rice doesn't know what to do. Getting trapped by that Bobcat full court press. Rice setting up the offense. Dribble drive is going to find a lane, and that's going to be a bucket. 21-12. Carman cannot get out of this slump right now. Nunn trying to find a bucket for his team. Open corner look, that's not going to be good either. This Bobcat fan crowd is going insane right now. Every stop, every ball that goes their way, they're just erupting. Kevin Rice setting the offense up. Passing it over, Rice. Dribble drive. Passes it out, back to the corner. Back to Rice for the open three-ball look. Bang! What a huge three-ball by the Bobcats as they get up to a 24-12 run.
I don't know if the Cavaliers are going to be able to come back from that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard game for the Cavs to come back.
The Bobcats have double the points on the board.
It's just beautiful defense by Grand Blanc right now. They can't score on the zone. And another swat from Grand Blanc. I told you this game would have a bunch of highlights. These are two rivals butting heads.
On the floor for the Cavaliers, number 3, Williams.
Both teams getting some fresh legs in. Kevin Rice running point. Kevin passing right side to Coles. Back to Rice. Going corner. Back to Rice down low on Fletcher. Fletcher swats that. Cavs looking to get an easy bucket to try to claw into this lead. Cavs taking the floater. That's going to be hard off the rim. Passing it out to an open 3-ball look. They're going to need that, and they're going to convert on an open 3-ball look. That puts them back in this game, man. At least they scored 3 points this quarter.
And it only took them 7 minutes to get through.
Yeah, that was a rough quarter. A rough quarter for Carman. That was their first bucket, though, and it's not out of reach at 9 points going into halftime.
And the momentum from this game back and forth, we could see Carman come back in the third quarter.
Yep. Rogers passing to Rice on the inbound. Rice trying to command point. Coles taking it wing, passing inside, kicking it out to Rice. Rice dribble drive, throws up a wild shot. That's going to be off. Carman pushing it on the break. Carman passing it to Nunn, trusting him in as point guard. Wide open 3-ball look by Carman. That's going to be off. They're just not hitting their open shots right now. Grand Blanc's leaving them wide open for that 3-ball. Kevin Rice tossing it. Back to the corner. That's going to be swatted out of bounds. Wow. What a Fletcher swat there if I've ever seen one.
Looks like Carman's starting to get back on their feet here as we close the second quarter.
Even with the Cavaliers down, I just heard the student section erupt from that Fletcher block. Bobcats to inbound. Throwing it to Williams. Back to Kevin Rice. Kevin Rice running point. 4, 3, 2. At the buzzer. Almost there. Close look. Grand Blanc 24. Carman 15 at half.
Make sure to stay tuned during halftime, and we'll see you back here for the third quarter.
I always think about that day.
It was the day Davison basketball won its first district championship in 37 years.
Man, it was so cool. I'm not even gonna lie, it was so cool. Just coming to school, like after that, it was just so much fun. You know, your teachers like happy for you, students are happy for you.
And at the center of that team was 6'9" senior Frank Vukai. To him, it was more than a game.
I feel like Davison really needed that. And I was happy I was able to give that to them.
Frank was a dominant scorer, rebounder, and much more.
He was a tremendous basketball player. For a big man, sometimes big men are one-dimensional, can only play inside. That wasn't Frank. He could shoot, he could dish it to his teammates, and they collapse down on him, and he could handle the ball relatively well for a big man. And defensively, he was great at protecting the rim, but he also wasn't scared to step in and take a good charge when needed. I think his junior and senior year, he led the team in charges, which is tremendous for a 6'9" basketball player.
Frank was so good that he got to play at the next level. He's now in his senior year of basketball at Lewis University in Chicago.
I've had an amazing experience. It was like my senior year. It's been for 4 years now. It's incredible. Like my freshman year, I was able to start. I was able to grind. You know, I learned that grind from high school, brought it to college.
Frank gives credit to two guys that really helped him be successful.
I don't think I would have made it without Coach Adden and Coach Bell having my back. I mean, especially those last 2 years playing varsity was so much fun. I learned so much. I learned how to grind, and I think that's why I got success in college. is from them too, honestly.
Like many athletes, Frank had a humble beginning.
My parents came to America from Albania 23 years ago. They didn't have much. Actually, they didn't have anything really. And my dad, unbelievable, man. My dad and my mom, they worked hard.
With his dad being European, it was hard for Frank to tell him that he wanted to play basketball.
I quit soccer, and he was devastated. And you know, what's he's so different from a lot of other dads, I feel like, is he was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to play basketball."
Through all the success, Frank will never forget who he truly is.
I know where I come from, and I'll always remember who I am.
Kate Lawrence, DTV Sports.
Cavaliers inbound in here to start the second half, trying to get out of the drought. 14-5 is your Bobcats. Carman passing corner, trying to get some offense. That second quarter was miserable for them. Fletcher getting swatted out of bounds already. As soon as Fletcher touches the ball, they're just double teaming him at this point.
Looks like Grand Blanc's starting to realize who they need to guard and how they need to guard them.
That's a great point. Once you shut down Fletcher, you don't have that much to worry about.
Right, and then you just have to go after the other Fletcher.
Fletcher getting double teamed, passing out the post to the other Fletcher. Fletcher to Fletcher assist. What a play. Kevin Rice dribbling it up court. Kevin Rice swinging it. Cedric. Mid-range, that's going to be in for the Bobcats. 9-point lead here.
Looks like the Bobcats are keeping their momentum from the second quarter, bringing it here to the third.
Yep, for sure. They're keeping the momentum. They want to make flashy plays. Looks like a blocking foul there on number 11. Mark Miller. Cavaliers to inbound. None to Fletcher. Fletcher in the post getting doubled again. Finds the open man. On the double clutch layup, that's going to be a 2 by the Cavs. Trying to claw back into this deficit. Kevin Rice setting up the offense for the Bobcats. Kevin Rice crossing over. Cavalier coach is wanting a carry. Rogers shooting the 3-ball there. Nunn driving. Rogers playing some tough D. Back in the post, swinging it back out. 3-ball look. That's going to be short. Almost an air ball, though. These Grand Blanc players are talking smack to him, too. They're relentless. Rice to inbound. Cavaliers trying to get some defense on the full court trap there. As they get a turnover, right side pushing the break, gonna settle it down, put some dribble moves on, steps back. Hesitates to pull the shot though. Fletcher pick and roll. Back to Fletcher in the post. Wide open 3-ball look, that's gonna be in. Making it only a 4-point game now. Bobcats better be careful with this Carman-Ainsworth team.
Looks like Carman's back on their feet.
Yeah, once they get on a roll, they're not going to be able to stop. And Grand Blanc answering right back, though. Pushing the fast break. To Fletcher. Back to a Fletcher. Fletcher on Fletcher. That's going to be a shooting foul. Or they actually called it on Carman there. Bobcats to inbound. Kevin Rice swinging it up, trying to beat the full trap. Throwing it out. Back to Rogers. Rogers and 1. They are not going to call continuation on the bucket there. 2 at the line for Ty Rogers.
That's definitely not good for the Cavaliers. They started getting some momentum there, but now looks like they may lose it.
Kevin Rice running point guard. Hesitating. Gibbons dribbling it back to Rice. Rice on Fletcher. He wants the ISO. Fletcher gets the defensive stop and flexes for the crowd. That was just lockdown defense there by the best player on the court. Carman inbound, trying to come back here from that first half deficit. Nunn running point guard.
Carman just needs to go for any play that they can and do it fast. Get as many points.
Passing it back to Jones. Swinging it left side to Fletcher. Back to Michael Fletcher. Dribble drives, throws it off a hop step, goes up with it. Thought it should have been an and one, but that's a good bucket there by Carman. Carman, full court trapping, causing some problems. They get out of it though, passing it up in the break. Fletcher with a huge swat. Wow, Fletcher again with the block. What a play by Fletcher. He is a monster. What an inside presence Fletcher is as Carman just throws the ball away and then steals it back. Back to Fletcher, back to Nunn.
The Carman defense is back.
Yep, they're settling down, trying to set it up for a bucket here. Jaden Nunn running point. Back to Jones. Fletcher posting him up. Back to Nunn for the open three look. That's going to be short. Bobcats hustling on the rebound. Throws it out of bounds on a Cavaliers player. We've seen the Bobcats do that a couple times, throwing it off the opposing player. Kevin Rice dribbling it up court. Passing in the post to Rogers. Rogers faking, spinning. Going right side for the easy spin move. Timeout, Grand Blanc. Here on the replay on DTV Sports. Huge block by Michael Fletcher. He says, "Not in my house." And again, right back at it, "Not in my house." What a play by Fletcher. They just can't get anything inside when Fletcher's there. Fletcher's just too big of a presence.
He's huge, and he just dominates the Grand Blanc Bobcats and just takes the ball right out of their hands.
It's a man amongst men. Carman inbound and Nunn trying to set the offense up. This crowd is getting rowdy. It's going to be amazing fourth quarter to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Passing it to Jones, right side. Right back to the corner. Nunn, Jones swinging it. Trying to figure out the zone, getting double teamed up top, passing to the corner again. Beats his defender, goes baseline. What a layup by the Cavaliers right there. That's a great take. And a bucket, shaving the deficit to only 4 here. Rogers pushing it up court. Stevens passes it corner, open shot. That's going to be in and out. Tough love there by the rim. Jones putting on the spin cycle and goes off the Bobcat out of bounds. Cavaliers stay inbound. Nunn running point guard trying to set up the offense. Passes it to Conway. Conway to Jones. Back to Conway. Corner wide open. In and out again. These rims are tough here. Wow. Neither team can get the shooter's roll. Jones. Back to Rice setting up the offense. Rice passing to Rogers. Rogers going baseline, going behind his back, passing back out. Givens trying to put the moves on this defender. Givens swinging at corner. Rice dribbling it inside, trying to get the inside look. Strong off the glass, throws up another wild look. Grand Blanc has a corner. Rogers passing it to Rice.
Carman's really starting to strap down on their defense here.
Yeah, Carman's definitely stepping up. Fletcher on Rice, one-on-one matchup. Rice gets past him, and a block by the other Fletcher. In transition, in and out again. Wow. Carman blows the wide open layup.
Carman is having such a difficult time connecting with the net. They just can't seem to get it in, and then they get in, and then it bounces right back out.
Rowdy game right now. Both sides getting chippy
Right,
and shovey.
this crowd is amazing also.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn, get your blankets on. It's going to be a heck of a third quarter. Bobcats inbounding. Trying to beat the press. Sloppy turnover there by Grand Blanc, just trying to push the tempo too fast. Carman inbound. Nunn setting up the offense. Williams dribbling up top, swinging to Jones. Every bucket in these final minutes are key. Rogers with the steal, hop step, almost gets the shot to go, but draws the foul. That's going to be 2 at the line for the Bobcats. Rogers stepping up this game. Looks like he's got 13 for the Bobcats, shooting 2 at the line right now.
Carman was just playing way too loosely there. They know Grand Blanc's not afraid to get in there and grab that ball.
He's the MVP. He's the MVP of this game right now, no doubt. Passing in, it's the Bobcats to the corner. Back to Rice. Rice swinging at corner. Defender not looking, that's going to go out of bounds. Sloppy turnover by Grand Blanc again. 7 seconds here looking for a buzzer beater. Cavs looking for a buzzer beater here. Throwing to Rice with 7 seconds left. Throws a corner, back to Fletcher on the mid-range buzzer beater. That's going to be out off the backboard and off the rim. Into the fourth quarter we go.
And that was a crazy last quarter that we had.
Just non-stop action. I couldn't ask for a better game right now.
And Carman just started picking up that slack and started grabbing every single play that they could, and they started buckling down on their defense. So, and that proved to help them out. They are only 4 points away from Grand Blanc now.
Yeah, this is a heck of a game so far. I cannot wait to watch this fourth quarter. I want to see if Fletcher can step up finally. I mean, we've seen him on the defensive end. He's a great defensive presence. He's not able to do much on offense right now because they're just Bobcats are smart. They're double teaming the best player every chance they get.
Carman just needs to come with their best offense in this next quarter. They've been doing really well towards the end, getting back on their defense.
Yeah, no doubt. Fletcher definitely got them.
But they need to watch Rogers because he's playing both sides of the court. He's amazing on defense and offense.
Yeah, Fletcher got them back into this game within 4. They're going to try to shave this deficit down. What about this Fletcher on Fletcher combo right now?
I think it proves to be a really great asset for Carman-Ainsworth. They do have the older Fletcher Michael leaving, but Dustin will still be here next year, so he is a junior.
That'd be amazing to play with your brother in high school varsity. That'd be awesome.
And especially so close in age.
That'd be so cool.
So they got to play last year together, and then they got to play this year together on varsity.
That's awesome. That's something special. Kevin Rice setting the offense up. Fletcher getting the steal. Rice pulling up for mid-range, no one on him. That's going to be strong off the back of the back of the rim. Bobcats getting fouled by the Cavaliers.
His third. Team fourth. On the floor for the Cavaliers, number 3, Dakari.
Bobcats stay inbound. Bobcats throwing it to Kevin Rice. Trying to push it up the court, beating the full court trap. Driving in, that's gonna get swatted again. Every time Bobcats try to take it to the rim when it's not on a fast break, it's just a swat fest. They can't seem to get a ball up. Cavaliers trying to pass it around, find a good look. Fletcher open at the bottom of the hoop, that's gonna be a layup. Cavaliers getting Fletcher going earlier.
And finally we see Fletcher come out on offense.
Rogers passing to a wide open corner. That's going to be a huge 3-ball if it goes. That's going to be long. Pushing the break. It's the Cavaliers. Back to an open Kevin Rice. McCree here setting up the ball for the Cavaliers. Every possession is crucial at this point. Can't let any free buckets get away from you. McCree with the drive, that's gonna be a hard contest. Back, none drawn the 2 shots at the line. Cavaliers have a chance to tie it here finally.
Even though they weren't able to make that one, you have to give Nunn credit. He was right on that rebound. He didn't let the Bobcats get to it in time.
And then went right up with it, got fouled. Nunn misses the first one, in and out.
These points right here could decide the game, so they need to make sure that they can make them.
Cavaliers have been playing Fletcher the whole quarter so far. I wonder if they're going to keep him in for the rest of the game. Timeout, Bobcats, only 1 point lead. This one is coming down to the wire.
Right. And Carman's starting to come back here. They're only 1 point away, and after that second quarter, they were 9 points behind as we went into halftime. They're starting to turn things around here. We've got about 6.5 minutes left before the game's over. And we could really see anything. We could see Carman just keep going on this momentum that they have, or Grand Blanc on this momentum that they've had the second and third quarter.
I expected a close game. It's going to be a close finish. I can't wait.
I thought it was going to be a little closer. There were a lot of gaps at the beginning from Grand Blanc was trailing behind, and then in the second and third,
Yeah, both
Cavalier was
inconsistencies on quarters by the
trailing.
teams, but eventually found a way to get it within a 1 point game here. Grand Blanc inbounding. Rice pushing it up court. Rice throwing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, pizza, red
Cedric inside. Gets swatted again. It is a swat fest for Carman tonight.
Cavalier foul number 3.
They called a foul on that.
His
Shooting
second,
2 at the line.
shooting 2
It's going to be
for 32.
Swain. First one off there for Swain. Got 1 more at the line to make it a 1 possession game.
Cavalier number 40, Isaiah Jones.
Both student sections here got to be biting the nails in the final minutes here, seeing their home team.
Right, and it's so close, only 2 points away.
Open three-point look here. That's going to be off to the side there.
And every single
It's a
move,
deep
every
look.
single play is so crucial and could decide who wins the whole district championship.
Cedric pushing it up. Kevin Rice dribbling. Running point, crossing over. Passing corner. Trying to drive in, but gets met at the rim. These Carman boys know how to play some defense. Grand Blanc passing it to Rogers. Rogers trying to find some offense here. Kevin Love penetrating, passing out. Looks like it's going to be timeout, Grand Blanc.
Red Blanc calls a full timeout. If it's not whether you win or lose.
Make sure you tune into our social media pages. You can follow us on Twitter at DTV_official. We'll post highlights later on tonight on our YouTube at DTV News. And you can stay up to date on what DTV is doing and the games that we are covering in our concerts at DTV News. And add us on Snapchat at DTV News and our Instagram at DTV_official. What a crazy last quarter that we've seen. We've seen it go back and forth, and now the Grand Blanc Bobcats have the lead.
Yep, only about 5.5 to go here in the fourth. This is going to be a close game. We'll see who can clutch it out here.
And all that Carman needs to do is just get those 3 points, but then they have to make sure Grand Blanc doesn't get any, which they've been struggling a little bit to do. But their defense has been turning around there in the third quarter.
I have a lot of respect for Carman even be able to come back from that deficit early on. Looks like they could get nothing for them.
Especially with such a far gap. Grand Blanc had almost or more than double their points.
Yep, Carman's not committing any sloppy turnovers as you're seeing Grand Blanc here. That's why they've came back. Grand Blanc up 2 though. Kevin Rice dribbling, throwing right side. Back to Rogers. Rogers passing to the cutter. That's going to be picked off by Fletcher in transition. Fletcher tries to put back. That's going to be off on, they're saying it's going to be off on Fletcher there. Bobcat ball. Refs are changing the call. A little questionable. Carman-Ainsworth ball here. Getting the ball back after a sloppy possession. Conway tossing to Nunn. Nunn throwing left side to Williams. Back to Nunn. Passing corner to Fletcher. Steals the ball is Kevin Rice. Kevin Rice running transition. Tough roll there by the Bobcats. Carman in transition. That's going to be an and one play. What a play. They're going to call that a charge. Bobcat ball now. Bobcats dribbling it up the court, trying not to get trapped by the full court press here. Kevin Love shaking it off. Fletcher on Rice. Driving inside, penetrating. Fletcher 50-50 ball, that's going to be out on Carman. Gibbons to inbound.
Ooh, that is
Launching
not
a three
good.
ball. That's a huge look there by Ty Rogers.
That is not good for Carman, but so good for the Bobcats.
Ty Rogers is the MVP of this game. He has dropped 16 so far. He's had a phenomenal game playing both ways. He's carrying the Grand Blanc right now. Throwing it to Nunn. Nunn popping for three. That's going to be in two. Answers right back with the three ball. They are just exchanging left and right blows. Who is going to get the knockout tonight? Love throwing it up, trying to beat the zone. Throwing it up, almost gets the and one. Two at the line for the Bobcats right now. What a matchup.
I think this game will come down to all about defense. Who can block the plays better?
Yeah, this game might come down to the last shot as well.
Right. Only 2 points separate them now.
2-point lead for the Bobcats.
We've got 3.5
Two at the
minutes.
line. First one goes in.
On the floor, Cavalier 50, Jones.
Gibbons 1 and 1, shooting another at the line. Nunn dribbling the ball up, setting the offense. Waiting patiently. Trying to pick apart the zone any way they can. Nunn passing corner side, dribbling baseline. Wow, what a finish as a Bobcat claw was right there to block it, and he still gets the tough finish off. What a play by the Cavaliers. Cavaliers almost getting the stop on the full court press. Almost trapped him that time. Passing left side. Kevin Love getting doubled. Drives it. Gets the offensive rebound, and then Kevin Rice is going to catch that out of bounds. What a game.
Let's see if Carman can bounce back here. They're only 2 points away.
We got Nunn dribbling left side. Trying to set the offense up to Jones. Jones looking for an open Nunn. Corner. Hesitates on the open look. Goes right back up. That goes off. Fighting for the offensive rebound. Fletcher inside for the jam! Wow! What a play! And an exclamation point by Michael Fletcher.
That was the play that all the Carman players were looking for. They were waiting for Michael and his slam dunk.
Posterizer. Wow.
Let's see
Just when you thought this game couldn't get any
Right.
crazier.
Let's see if
You
Grand
see
Blanc will
Fletcher carry two
come
guys on
back.
his arms and dunk the ball. Rice. Passing to Gibbons. Gibbons trying to get the corner. Going right back at Fletcher. That's not a good idea going at Fletcher like that. Somehow draws the shooting foul.
They need to get the
Fletcher
ball.
seems to be upset.
If Grand Blanc wants to win, they need to get as far away from Fletcher as possible. And if Carman wants to win, they need to get it away from Rogers. We've got a tied game now, and we've only got 1 minute and 49 seconds.
2 and 2 at the line here. It's going to be Swain making the first one after a rough first attempt at the strike last time. Swain winding up, cocks it back, in and out. Grand Blanc gets the ball though, in and out again for Grand Blanc. What tough love there from the rim. Nunn passing
what
to a wide
Carman
open
can do.
corner ball. That's going to be an air ball. Nerves got to him there. He was too open to shoot it. Rice dribbling it up court. Looks like that's going to be a Grand Blanc timeout. Here on the replay represented by DTV Sports. It's Gonna be that emphatic play by Michael Fletcher, dunking it on the opposing player. What a highlight.
And that put Carman back on the board. We've got a score of 37-36. And it all comes down to these last few minutes. We've got less than a minute and a half. Let's see what will happen here. We may see both teams try and go for some threes, try and keep it as far away from the other
Fletcher
team.
nearly pulled down the rim on there.
Right. He may do it again just to bring Carman ahead.
He better be buying that backboard at Davison here when he breaks it. Highlight play after highlight play. Graham Blanc up by 1 against Carman. 1:30 left. Who's going to come out on top here? Bobcats to inbound here. Givens tossing it in to Rice, being extra careful here not to turn it over. Rice dribbling it. This is crunch time right now. They need a bucket. Rice crosses it over, pulls up for the mid-range. That's a huge shot for the Bobcats. 3-point lead now.
Carman needs to go for 3 now.
Timeout, Cavaliers.
We've got less than a minute left. We've just seen this quarter go back and forth. Grand Blanc keeps pulling ahead, and then Carman will tie it back up, and then Grand Blanc will pull ahead, and then Carman ties it back up again. So I think anything could happen, but if Carman wants to win, they need to go for a three-pointer
Yep, this game's up for grabs
and
by
tie it
anyone
up
right
and send
now,
things
but
to overtime.
both teams drawing up plays, trying to figure each other out in this last minute, see who can come out on top tonight.
The winner of this game will head on to the district semifinals this Wednesday against Davison. That'll be also here at Davison.
Yep, winner plays Davison in the finals. Or in the semifinals, my bad. Fletcher to inbound. Passing it to Conway. Jones handling it at the wing. Back to Conway. Penetrating the zone for 3. Wow, what a clutch shot there by Nunn. Tying the game up 39-39. What a corner shot there. Wow. What a play. Swinging it to the open man, finding the open spot in the zone.
And that's what Carman's been waiting for this whole quarter.
Nunn popping that open corner 3 to tie us up at 39.
With a score of 39-39, we've only got 39 seconds left. This game could go either way. We could see Grand Blanc keep their momentum, keep going, but we could see Carman snap back here.
Here on the DTV replay, we're going to see that beautiful jumper there in the corner by Rice, or by Nunn. What a shot there to tie it up at 39. Bobcats to inbound here. Kevin Rice inbounding it to Gibbons. Gibbons putting the brakes on. 30 seconds left here. And Davison giving it to Ty Rogers, the hot hand. Who else would get this shot? Looks like Graham Blanc might be settling for the final shot here. 20 seconds ticking down. 18, 15. Back to Rice. They call a blocking foul on the Cavaliers here. Let's see if they're in the bonus or not, getting two at the line. It is looking like Kevin Rice is getting two at the line right now.
This is not good for the Cavaliers because now they may just hand it over to them.
Cavaliers frustrated with calls the whole game. This is the hugest shot of the game right now.
This could do it.
Kevin Rice, bang! First shot good.
They've only got 11 seconds.
Give them the 1 point lead. That's enough first shot though.
Score's now 40 to 39.
They're gonna try to give the ball to Fletcher. See what he can do with it. Cavaliers there on the last possession after this shot by Kevin Rice. Let's see if he can make it a one possession game. This crowd is erupting. Kevin Rice misses the second. Fletcher gets the rebound, gets pushed out of bounds.
The Cavaliers have 10 seconds to move here.
Looks like it's going to be a timeout on the Cavaliers. Kevin Rice missed that last free throw, so any bucket by Cavaliers right now puts them advancing into the next round. This
Which
is
we'll
where
see
legends are made.
what's going to happen. If they tied, or they'll just take it over. They'll get 41 if they go for 2 points.
Yep. Any score by them. If I'm the Cavaliers, I'm giving it to Fletcher. The men amongst boys out there, D1 athlete. Have him take the last shot.
But that
Gotta
Grand
have him take
Blanc
the last shot.
defense that we've been seeing, they know to guard Fletcher. They know to put two guys on him at a time.
Last play of his high school career, potentially. I'm giving it to him, man. See if he can jam it like he did earlier this quarter.
It all comes down to these last 10 seconds of the fourth quarter.
Seconds left. Cavaliers get one last opportunity. Everyone out of their seats. Passing and none. Gets intentionally fouled with 8 seconds left. Looks like they had a foul to give. That's a smart foul there by the Bobcats, not sending them to the line because they have an extra foul before the bonus.
His second, team four.
Cavaliers to inbound, passing it in. Fouling again. Said another foul to give, lowering the time clock down, ticking second by second. Only 7 seconds left here for the Cavaliers. Fouling again is the Bobcats. Had one more to give. That's going to be their last one to give. This is game. Game on the line here. 5 seconds left. It's going to be timeout on Carman.
Well, that's not good for the Bobcats. Just keep playing scrappy. And it looked like in the last play, Williams just went for his face.
Yeah, there's no jokes out here. They're playing for blood right now. 5 seconds left. Let's see if the Cavaliers can get a quick bucket.
And they looked like they kept getting close if the Bobcats didn't keep interfering with their plays.
Yep, every time the Cavaliers try to inbound there, Grand Blanc had 3 free fouls to give, so they kept fouling them to make sure the time clock expired lower and lower.
And with 5 seconds, we may see a buzzer beater here.
Going for the final shot right now. Cavaliers. This is where legends are made.
It all comes down to this.
Fletcher wants it, passing in.
See what happens.
3, 2, 1. He misses the open layup to win. Wide open layup. Dustin Fletcher misses it. Misses the bunny. What a heartbreaker for the Cavaliers. What a game. Came down to the last shot. Michael Fletcher is just shook there. Lying on the ground. He has no power left. Both teams giving it them all. What a crazy ending.
Well, that last play came down to the wire. It was so close, and everyone just thought it was going to go in for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, wide open layup there, easy bunny. And unfortunately,
And he was just an inch off. It went in and bounced out. What a crazy game we've seen.
What a crazy game.
This Wednesday, the Bobcats will face off against the Cardinals here at DHS. I believe that game is at 7:30. But you have to give respect to the Cavaliers. They got so close so many times, and they played their hearts out.
Tough game for both teams. Great win here by Grand Blanc.
That's this Wednesday, 7 o'clock, right back here at Cardinal Gymnasium. Your Grand Blanc Bobcats versus the Cardinals of Davison.
We saw a great game here tonight. The Cavaliers started off with a 3-point lead in the first quarter, and then right after that, Grand Blanc just took the second quarter. They took the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, we saw it tie up, and then Grand Blanc ultimately took the lead by just 1 point. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Riley Wilcox here with John Gerke on behalf of the whole DTV crew here tonight. Have a great night.